Okay, these are some things to keep in mind while we're shifting and changing fingers. Remember, we always drag the old finger. So in this case, we're shifting between E and A. So on the way up, we drag the first finger E and then drop the new finger. So we always drag the old to the new position and then drop the new. So on the way back down, we'll be dragging the A. And then lifting to reveal the new finger. So drag, drop, drag, reveal. These are exactly what's on the top of page 78 here in the Mueller-Rush books. All of that slow shifting, that's why there are grace notes in there. Those grace notes show the notes that we use in the middle of the shift to help us get to the new place, get to the new fingering. If we skip down a couple of lines, we'll see them when we start putting them into practice, into some tunes. We still have those grace notes there to remind us exactly how those shifts happen. We always drag the old finger. Hear the drags. So we're always dragging the old finger. As we get into this more and more, we're going to hear that drag less and less, but the actual motion of pulling the old finger and then placing the new finger stays in place. So if we skip ahead to the next page, we've got our G major scale. Hear how I'm letting that grace note become a little bit shorter. Letting the grace notes start to shrink so that by the next tune, these scale studies that we have here, we don't need to hear the grace note as its own individual entity, but we're still going to slide, dragging that old finger and then placing in the new finger. Like right here. So we're not hearing the grace note as its own little thing anymore, but we're still hearing and feeling that slide. It's all getting much smaller. To the point where we stop hearing all of that motion, even though it's still happening. Now it's just happening quicker. For example, by the time we get to the next one, where these shifts are going to happen in very close proximity to each other. Hear how quick those happen? And I'm still dragging the old finger every single time. But they're happening quick. All of the shifts are happening quickly enough so we don't hear each of those individual grace notes anymore, which would be which starts to add all of those extra notes in. So it's the same motion, just happening more quickly.